When the render shattered, I thought we were done, and then I was like, wait a minute, I have a turn.
Okay, Symmetra, yes or no?
So I only watched the first half of this game before deciding that we're going to be doing this one. Coaching the mini might be a bit shorter today as well. It's only a short VOD, and my voice is tired, and I'm tired because I was coaching all day, so... There already sort of a lot to sort of go over. Again, the big thing that I want to drive home for anyone who wants to play the Zarya is that idea of like the three-step process. Okay, coffee in my beard, delicious moustache coffee. So it's that three-step process. Okay, we want to be building up, maintaining, and then we want to have like our ultimate as well. So the idea is that we try and get to about 50 to 100 charges as quickly as we can. We want to stay around that level as best we can, and then when we have an ultimate, we want to be playing mostly around getting our ultimate. When we're building up, we want to be using our barriers aggressively, and we want to be using them to try and generate charge as quickly as possible. If you are playing a 6-stack like this, I do recommend linking up with your Reinhardt, and like planning stuff like if you're pushing on Eichenwald and coming around this corner, making sure that the Reinhardt knows that he has a barrier. So if Reinhardt's charging and has a barrier on him, he's infinitely more effective than if he doesn't have the barrier on him. If he's just going in and doesn't have a barrier, and Anna sleeps him, anti-heal grenade, Discord orb, Roadhog hooks, counter charges, damage in general is just going to be happening. So it's a good way of just preventing stuff, stopping the charge and really cutting back on that. So that's something that, you know, you can definitely link up with your tank with. And we can do a lot with that. I think I just saw in chat. April. Okay, so are you the player today? Hello. It's good to have you in the chat. I play mostly supports. This was the first time I played tank for the team. I think that's why I backed up a lot. Yeah, we're just a little bit hesitant. Well, Zarya, you know, you're Zarya, you're a big, strong lass. You want to be in there in the fight. Get stuck in, basically. Zarya is at her happiest in like a big, long, continuous fight where she could just keep barriers coming up and just keep on high charging. You just get rolling, you just start killing people left, right, and center. Go hug people like the big fuzzy Siberian bear you are. You're a tank. You're scary. Rawr. Rawr. There we go. Okay. Let's see what we're doing on the defense. We have the Symmetra with some beautiful right clicks. We have a Pharah, so let's play everyone's favorite game. And we did a good job playing everyone's favorite game, ladies and gentlemen. What is everyone's favorite game? Everyone's favorite game is Catch the Rockets. Definitely want to be playing that right now. So if you see a Pharah, yeah, I like this motion. We back up, we spot where the rockets are going, and we just stand there and we just absorb them. Instant 40 charge. Lost Crisis. Oh. Thank you.
I felt the need to raise the amount to above 600. Think
Jesus.
of it as a present from me to you, smile.
Thank you for that. The £100 over Wigs Week total will roll over into the next plan. I'm not sure what that is. Wigs Week will probably be next week. Should be next week is the plan at the very least. Otherwise, our barrier is down, so we want to be a little bit careful. Just tuck back in. Team should be tucking around this corner just to minimize the threat that Pharah has, so that, you know, you aren't doing stuff with the Reinhardt barrier low. They have a Bastion as well, I've just noticed, which is a little bit scary. Want to be keeping an eye out on that. This is just a free kill for us. We can definitely take that. Good job. This is nice. This was actually nice to see. Like, if you're unexperienced on Zarya, it could be very difficult to judge something like this. But because we have the turrets helping us as well, once that armor is stripped away, we're on 100% charge. There's no way he kills. We just massacre him, and now we can honestly afford to be a little bit bold, especially if they're sort of going in here. We can just probably barrel in here. If you think about it, they just lost Roadhog, they just lost Bastion, that's two of their big DPSs. We can afford to probably just barrel in, drop a couple of right clicks and try and get something off the back of that, rather than just backing up. Backing up is definitely the safer move, but I think we can play a little bit bolder. Maybe just a touch bolder in that situation. Just because we are on maximum charge. And the way to think about maximum charge is this. And yeah, we definitely should be focusing that Bastion with some right clicks. Good job. Very nice hook. Very nice, not hook, very nice barrier. They had to use a lot of resources to get the Reinhardt there. It's a little bit dicey now. We're sort of getting pushed indoors when we could be looking for an opportunity here. Do we have a TP up, I wonder? Hopefully we do. Oh, we got a res. It's a bold grab, but honestly I think it's a good one. I think the value is definitely there. Tank's coming in. Want to be pressing shift. Good job. We just want to be a little bit scared of the tank. And we'll go over this entire fight, I think, for a second or two. Bastion, absolutely. I like the fact that there's just a turret shooting him as well. It's just damage going in. What a fight this is. What a long fight this is. A lot to go over in a second as well. Justice Friends from above just gets cut down. I'm just casting now. Got to be careful about that. Bastion's on point. That should be our priority. We can do a lot with that. We can just spam right clicks into it. And honestly, like, we're fine stalling this out as well. Our reinforcements should be coming back. Their reinforcements will be coming back faster, but as long as we can maintain high charge, it's pretty good. We've got a nice Earth Shadow. We should be following this up. We shouldn't be backing off. We should be getting stuck in here. There you go. Now we're doing it. Feels good. Let's go through this entire process, because this was like a brawl for about 2 minutes solid, which is kind of crazy. It was a brawl for about 2 minutes solid that kind of starts back here, which is works for us. Let me have a coffee. Let me slap my coffee. Okay, let's cover this. Let's go over what's happening right now. Okay, so our teleporter is online. That's good. That will inform some of our decisions going forward. Didn't quite hear that the first time. It's worth noting. Their Bastion goes round on the flank, and this is a huge mistake by them. If you think about the DPS available to their team, it's just been heavily cut down. And then they make a further mistake by sending the Roadhog this way, in like an already losing situation, so the Roadhog gets caught off and dead. If you think about their team as like, how much damage can they actually put out? Losing Bastion and losing Roadhog is two huge sources of damage that they've just lost. They still have a Pharaoh, which is a bit scary, and they have a Reinhardt in a small room, but we have a Zarya that can block that damage for the Reinhardt in the small room. Our Reinhardt in a small room has a bubble on him, so he's a lot scarier than their Reinhardt in a small room. It's a bit of a shame that Kablooey died there, but he's teleporter at the very least, so he should be coming back. And honestly, we have a moment or two to be a little bit more aggressive here, where we could definitely have just been a bit more aggro, capitalizing on the fact that we have this advantage, and we can definitely sort of start pushing it out a little bit more aggressively. Should definitely be spamming right clicks on the Bastion. That's fine. Us backing away here is a little bit scary. We want to just be a little bit closer where we can leverage our left clicks. I'm fine with us building up on this Roadhog, and honestly, part of me says you just grab here and you just end this push. You might not be able to win the fight. I think probably the Reinhardt might be able to block a lot of it, but our right clicks are coming in at like 91 charge, so anything we catch in this is going to take a shitload of damage from us. We still have a McCree available as well. It stops the Reinhardt doing something like this, where he just barrels forward and does a lot of damage. You have Symmetric and right click on it. And we have people coming back through the teleporter as well, reinforcing very soon. We also have a Mercy Res if everyone dies. So we had options there. Doing it now is a little bit of sort of emergency time. The fact that they use a Res, I think Mercy used it just to keep herself alive. Honestly, pays out for us, because that's like a good thing almost, because she kind of wasted it there. Just picking up one or two people that instantly pretty much are going to die. The Bastion is definitely should be our focus. This Roadhog going on the flank is a little bit scary and a little bit annoying, but that Bastion is a real problem. But we can deal with that if we have barriers available to us, because we could just catch a rocket, absorb that damage. It doesn't do anything to us. We just like go boom, and then we walk out of the smoke looking badass with a huge cannon and cut this Bastion into ribbons who's unprotected. Just has a Mercy on him. If we had higher charge, if we like went after that Bastion, maintained higher charge, then we could have got something rolling here. Now it's a little bit scary, because now like the Pharaoh's in good position. We do get a good kill on it, which is sort of lucky for us. It's a bit of a shame we don't have a barrier available for the Symmetra, but it happens. Unfortunate. And again, we can afford to be a little bit more aggro here, especially with our barriers up. This is a bit scary now, because he does have protection and he doesn't have any other damage sources on him, so the armor will actually slow down our DPS quite a lot. So I'm fine with this, just taking a defensive posture and just trying to get the right clicks in. Very good bubble onto the Reinhardt. He desperately needs it. He's going to be taking a lot of damage right now, so we should be helping out with the Reinhardt's damage though. Like, we should just be right-clicking into this, basically. Not sure what we're looking for. I think we're just looking for the Ana, but honestly, we don't need to look for the Ana right now. If we just kill these people, which is very, very easy for us to do, we should absolutely be doing that.
Yeah, 70% teleport.
A little bit late on the barrier onto that Reinhardt. Just a touch. Would be nice to be a little bit earlier just to catch him when he sort of goes through the charge. I mean, it's a bit awkward because he sort of goes before we can actually catch him, but just getting it on him as the charge completes in case... okay, no, he's charging on Mercy. Actually, fuck him. Fuck him! He doesn't need it. He needs it now more than anything else. But honestly, yeah, we can go and bully this Roadhog. We can absolutely bully this Roadhog. This, to me, is like, oh, well, free ultimate. Barrier the Reinhardt. Good job. Good call on bring him back, bring him back, bring him back. Symmetra barrier will cover him as he comes back. Bastion's back now. We want to just be a little bit careful about that. But we can, at this distance especially, this is just free charge for us. Again, we don't have to worry about the Symmetra being slapped. Good catch of that shot there on the Roadhog. Very nice. Want to be a bit careful about moving too far forward. The closer we get to the Bastion, the more scary he is. But we should definitely be charging off this, and we should definitely be thinking about our ultimate coming up. We should just be looking to get some right clicks out on something. This is a little bit too risky, where this is putting us in a position where we can just die. because the Roadhog can just kill us at this close range, and we're quite chunky as Zarya, right? So it's not too hard for him to just put a left click in us. I'm going to be a bit careful about that. We have Graviton available though, feels really nice. Mercy wouldn't have been a bad pickup there, necessarily. Now we definitely want to sort of hold off and wait. We want to get away from this, try and get around the corner. Just keep going around the corner, just hide. Try and use line of sight. Good job protecting the Mercy. And now as the res has come out, now we definitely want to be considering getting the grab out. Good job. Reinhardt comes in from behind, gets the kills. Very nice. Very, very nice. We had a couple of opportunities, I think, earlier on where we could have done the grab, but that was good patience, basically, where we've missed the opportunities earlier, and let's cover those. But we definitely sort of waited. We don't want to... Basically, the mistake would be to try and grab this, where you're trying to use the Graviton Surge to slow this down. I don't think that works very well, and you notice that we could slow it down by just moving. So we don't need to use the Graviton Surge to do that, as Bastion does get one kill, but it's one kill, it's not too big of an issue. We can just wait it out, ride it out, and then do something afterwards. So good motion there. Where I see the opportunity earlier is here. Mercy's just Guardian Angel across. If we can get the Mercy in a grab and we get the Roadhog as well, that's a huge pickup for us. We get the Reinhardt. Like, their team all pushed up this way. So if you watch where their team goes, and like for some reason we're going this way, we need to just be focusing on where the team's going, but we get charged this way or their Reinhardt gets charged this way. The Mercy comes in and up and over, and this is always a big opportunity for us, especially if they have no barrier available. At the end of a Guardian Angel, it's one of the times when Mercy is most vulnerable. If you just put the grav like on the yellow wall back here and just pin them against it, get the Mercy on there, you will just kill the Mercy pretty much instantaneously. You have no more fear about resurrection. You can kind of just play very aggressively. Any kills you get stick and last a bit longer. And so this Reinhardt stays there for a bit longer, for example, rather than having the Mercy get away and potentially just start picking people back up. But very good job with the tank, like, correct move. Just avoid it, they blow a res, pull up grab just to get off the back of the res, perfectly fine with that. We are on 30 seconds, so maybe we didn't need it if the Reinhardt was coming down, but I think it's just for safety.
Okay, good.
I am relatively fine. Honestly, I would actually say that it's probably Sparks's. Like, once the grav's gone in, we don't need the Earth Shadow at this point. Basically, he might already be jumping off the top rope, but we don't necessarily need that, I think. I'd rather see the grav go in. Especially if they're playing around a Bastion. Attack Visor was absolutely not needed, Deadeye was absolutely not needed. Complete wastes on both of those. You still have one fight left, basically. You've got to be considering that fight. Good barrier on that guy after they get charged. One of the most important times to get a barrier on them, just to keep them alive. I'm fine with us being a little bit of aggro here, which is fine. Don't let Bastion set up is the correct piece of advice. We can definitely be tunneling some damage into the Mercy. Good job there. Justice rains from above, but geez, stuck in the air, not doing anything. I was already jumping there, if I remember correctly. Yeah, you might be already coming off the top rope. In general, you only really want to Earth Shatter into a Graviton Surge when you have like all 6 in there, and they potentially have resources that they could use to stop you. So if they have like a Transcendence potentially, and you can get the Earth Shatter, then you can stop that happening. If they have a Lucio, Sound Barrier, you cancel it, it's really good. If they can do a lot of damage out of it as well, so for example, if they have a whole hog, getting the Earth Shatter in there is really nice as well, and just shutting that down. Also, if you're like behind the enemy team and they have a barrier in front of them, that's when you generally want to be dropping an Earth Shatter. Otherwise, combining like Earth Shatter and Graviton is always a little bit overkill. It's like you're already holding them in one place. You don't need to hold them in one place otherwise. Waffle Man with his fancy type font. And then this is kind of a blessing for you guys, because they could have. I'm pretty sure they could have just killed you guys without that. Especially if they have the Lucio and they just speed boost into you. I'm not sure if they did. Can't remember. I think they did. They had Merciana, I think, so it would have been okay. Otherwise, I'd say in general, we're just a little bit too reluctant to get stuck in. Like, we want to be fighting and getting stuck in a little bit more. We also seem a bit reluctant to sort of right-click around the payload, which is one of the most important things we can do. Just in terms of, like, people are trying to evade around the payload, right? They're trying to dance around it, and so if Sparks here is the payload, okay, this is the payload, and they're playing Lucio, they're generally just doing this around it, right? And they're just avoiding damage and just rotating. And rotating and rotating and rotating and rotating. And if you're just stood on top of it, if we are stood on Sparks' face, and just dropping bombs down, like, they can't avoid that. It's unavoidable damage. The splash will just kill them. Now it looks like a spider. Killed me. And we can just keep splashing down with those right clicks, and then just use left clicks to whittle people down. We can use left clicks to get rid of divas, for example, and just clean up that way. The splash damage is also very useful. If they start crowding, then we can just do a lot of damage with that. Builds up our ultimate nice and fast. Graviton Surge ends payload disputes, ends 2 CPU disputes, for example, as well. So it's a very strong tool with that. We want to be charging in front of our Reinhardt every now and then, just with our bubble up, just to build up charge a little bit more. We want to be abusing Junkrats a little bit more. And otherwise, though, like, it was okay. Communication in general was alright. We were calling up when Graviton Surge was ready, which was good. It's absolutely something we should be doing. We should be finding people to link with it. So we should be saying, so like Blaze, if he's on the Genji, okay, let's try and get a Grav Blade combo. Save your Blade until I have Graviton Surge ready, and we can capitalize off the back of that and do a lot with that, which should be pretty cool. Is this the only game tonight? Yes, it is, because I cast an entire tournament earlier today for about 5 hours, 6 hours, and so I am very tired. You can probably hear it in my voice. It's a little bit raw, I guess. Anyway, stop asking about sandwiches, guys. It's now time to ask us questions all about the Zarya. So feel free to ask us some questions.